Hello? Hello, 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 hello. How we all doing? Boom. It's that attorney. What is Ace again? We are here. How are we all doing? There's a Gara, there's a Ragdoll, there's a Bear. We're all having a wonderful Wednesday. I hope so. Mostly because I hope it's Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Good. I'm good at keeping track of days. It's fine. Yee. So welcome back. Brief summary of the events so far. We are defending our previous prosecutor rival, Edgeworth, who has been seemingly framed for murder. Specifically the murder of the... I can't even remember. Defendant? Not defendant. Prosecutor? I can't remember. Framed for the murder of somebody involved in the case, in the trial of his father's murder, which was also involved Mia and Maya's mother as a spiritual advisor or something like that. It's all a bit wibbly-wobbly. There's some interconnected stuff going on. Last time, we, having already roundly proved that one of the witnesses didn't even see the murder, and that the killer shot for the supposedly fatal blow, or fatal gunshot, with a left hand, and the prints on the gun were of Edgeworth's right hand. We have now been given a new witness in the form of a confused old man who thinks he's running a pasta shop when he's actually running a boat rental shop, who doesn't really seem to remember his own name, let alone what's going on. So that went well. But also we couldn't really find a contradiction in what he said because he didn't say anything meaningful. And then Larry Butts, our friend, turned up because apparently he was there on the night because he was trying to rescue his inflatable samurai from the lake. Great witness. Frankly, this is a stellar case. I for one don't think there should be any legal repercussions that should be consequent from the prosecution bringing such star witnesses to court. But there we are. Butts. Yes, we got Butts. Larry Butts is back. And he claims he can help us this time. We'll see. He may very well make things worse. As the game has made clear on several occasions, if something stinks, it's probably the Butts. That is the joke that follows this character around. But yeah, that's what we're hopping back into. We're just on a recess because Larry just ran up in court and said, "Hey, I'm a witness." So we've got a 5-minute recess to gather ourselves and get back in there. And we're going to talk to Larry and say, "What the hell are you talking about?" I mean, I'm glad I didn't have much else to go on, but what? Anyway, how are we all doing? I'm going to take some drinks to get myself prepared. How are we all having a lovely Wednesday? Incredibly anxious about stuff. Might perish mentally, emotionally later. Don't know, hoping to get some rest later though. Oh no, Kira. Get all the blankets and a big old bar of chocolate or something. And then if anyone does anything bad, kick them. Hard, in the shins, or the back of the knee, probably. So there's no permanent damage, but you'll make them fall over, feel very embarrassed. Tackle, hug! There is no preparing for this case. I can prepare my voice at least. Oh, also the old man has a parrot called Polly, to whom he tells things, so that someone can remember. And when chatting to Polly, we discovered that Polly knew something, or had heard somebody talking about the DL6 incident, which is the incident involving Edgeworth's dad, the murder of Edgeworth's dad, and also the spirit medium situation with Maya and Mia's mother. So the bird knows about it. The old man doesn't seem to know anything about it at the moment, at least. Or we can't get anything out of him. Although we have agreed to run his non-existent pasta shop when we finish the case. So Love Polly. Polly's good. Polly's neat. They do scream, which is an interesting thing, but, you know, sometimes you got to make silly voice acting decisions. But yeah, they scram. They do a scram. They emote how we're all feeling. Hi, miss. How are you? I'm warming up my voice by just chatting for a bit at the beginning of the stream. And also drinking, because hydration is important. I thought I hydrated enough at the beginning of the stream, or before the stream, but I was wrong. It's fine. It's all good. Let's go! There's one, presumably. It's the one that's highlighted. Turnabout goodbyes. Right, let's go. Whew. What a good stuff. Eating chocolate after watering all the succulents you own. Sounds like you have lots of little bowls of Rice Krispies around your room. Nice. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. Although it's appropriate, all things considered. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. Look at you. You're with your... Actually, no, you've put too much sort of foundation on. It's very... Anyway. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night? Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Look at him. Doofus. Oh, right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night. Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something, right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong?
It's nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. Extremely matte. Yes.
What's that?
Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon?
Oh.
Your splash. Also, just tell us anything would be nice.
When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really.
You seem out of it. What's wrong? He asks of a man being accused of murder. I see.
Right?
Yeah?
This might be our chance.
Our chance?
Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials.
Perfect trials?
Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let somebody he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry.
What are you getting at?
Have you seen Larry? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right?
That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now. Also, he said 3. December 27th, 10:35 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Chance to smooch on. Don't think weather's gonna let you enjoy the stream. Oh, no.
Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything you saw on the night of December 24th.
Right, leave it to me.
Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. Let's see how long you can be here. Oh, no, miss. Hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Well, Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. Oh, come on, Larry, don't screw this up. Probably, my big worry here is this is day 2. Of course there's going to be a day 3. So this is not the solution. This probably is just going to make more problems. But anyway, that's meta-narrative. The night of the murder.
That night, I was out on a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home.
That's the one, yeah.
That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Haven't even cross-examined Polly yet. The trial can't end. Well, Polly hasn't given testimony, so we can't actually cross-examine it. Larry's always involved with problems, you know? This is just gonna be exhausting.
The night I was out on a boat on the lake.
Give me information, please.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright?
There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay. First of all, what time was it?
Oh, it was after 11. This is when I went out in the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was...
blocking the door on the other side.
I waited until the door was cleared on the other side so I could get into the boat rental shop and get a key so I could unlock the boat and go out onto the lake.
Hi, Jim. How you doing? And why were you out on the boat at such a late hour? I like the way it leads into the next line of the testimony. It's quite neatly done. Hey, Jim, how's it going?
I was looking for something, and I found it.
You're gonna have to actually give details, please. Looking for something?
Yeah.
Mr. Butts, what is it you are looking for?
Objection. What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy.
That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense.
This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with. So I quietly slipped the boat back in the rental shop dock.
Hold it. Around what time was that?
Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12, yeah.
You're not sure?
Hey, don't give me that face.
Don't give me this face. Stop, you silly little man.
I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay?
Even if you were, it was night. People use watches these days, Larry. Shut up, Von Karma.
Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang.
First gunshot. Where did this sound come from?
Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know.
Did you look at the lake?
Yeah, I looked. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat.
Or clocks that they beat people to death with. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? There wasn't a boat on the lake, wasn't there? Was there not? What?
Order, order. Well, Mr. Butts?
Whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not.
Okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case.
So, after I heard that single gunshot, I went home.
Single. That's the thing I want to bring up. So you only heard one bang, correct?
Yeah.
Well, Nick? That was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Oh, she's probably going to come back on day 3 or something. Right at the moment when we're at our lowest point, maybe. Or she's gone forever. Okay, I was out on the boat in the lake. Looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. Looked out over the lake, didn't see a boat. After I heard that single gunshot, I went home. I should probably bring that up. I am going to save things because I don't trust Larry. As much as I don't trust myself, I trust Larry less. Or maybe we could finally have to do a case on our own. Nah, not going to happen. Seems a little sluggish today for some reason. I forgot we had this. This is the photograph of Edgeworth's dead dad in the lift. A file on the DL6 incident. This is Polly. A metal detector. I don't know why we still have that, but I guess we do. 2 sounds like gunshots. So let's present this as what's left of Lotta's testimony. The only thing that wasn't a lie. Objection! Objection! But wait a second, Larry. What? You only had 1 bang? You sure? That's what I said. Oh, that's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. See, you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Larry. Yeah. That's Larry.
Mr. Butts,
What?
you only heard 1 gunshot. Are you sure?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure.
Huh?
Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What?
Order, and stop that booing.
Oh god, even the jury are on it. Everyone hates Larry.
Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones?
Yeah, so what? Is that a crime? I listen to my radio. Everyone listens to the radio. What's the big deal?
Mr. Von Karma, your opinion?
Waste of time. I do not accept his witness nor his shoddy testimony.
Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony?
Yes, he's all I've got. Save them. Continue. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost.
Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio.
Right, leave it to me. Unfortunately, we have to. No, wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. What Larry heard. Please tell me there was something on the radio that could give you an exact time when this happened. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud, like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. Was he saying it's almost Christmas? Please say he was saying that.
You were listening to your radio at high volume?
Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word of this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat on the radio.
True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony.
Objection! He was saying the time, please. Wait, Your Honor. The witness says he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot.
Excuse me? DJ?
Yes, sorry, I forgot. You don't know what a digital camera is. Disc jockey, Your Honor. An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. Phoenix, you don't listen to a lot of radio, do you? The DJs always talk over the music. But anyway. The DJ only talks between songs. Wrong. So he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. Did you ever leave this room, Judge? Apparently they got massive backlogs and cases can only be done in 3 days. I have a feeling he doesn't. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Wright.
Can't believe I'm continuing this charade. is the biggest flaw of the radio. Hi, Oops, by the way. What Larry heard.
Lonely being alone on Christmas Eve.
Am I going to press him on everything? Sure. Give me all your information. So, you turned on the radio.
Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know?
Oh.
You don't know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve. Alone.
Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Somehow they have convinced themselves they are more interesting than Meatloaf. Nobody's more interesting than Meatloaf. Would you, disc jockey, describe yourself as more interesting than a bat out of hell? No.
That's why I was listening to an art request show on the radio.
Any interesting requests? Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to?
Objection. This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor.
Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set that night?
I was listening to it real booming loud like.
Oh. Real booming loud?
Yeah, you know.
And you had headphones on?
Yeah.
I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all.
While they're pronouncing it meat love. Well, that was the new track from Me at Loaf. Must be some sort of Twitter hashtag or something. I don't know why they're northern. Anyway.
But I'm sure I heard that gunshot.
Why are you sure? Can you prove that? No, of course you don't.
Nah, I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too.
Tell me, please. Put it in your testimony so I can use it. What did she say?
Objection. Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what the radio DJ said to us?
Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care.
We should care. Boom. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should.
Why?
Well, how do you know if we don't ask him?
Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot?
Have you ever heard a DJ before, Chris? I heard British ones. Well, British ones from the 70s, if my imitation was anything to go by. All Belgian radio hosts have the Northern English accent. It's well known, I know. Bloody Northern English people going over there taking their jobs.
Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot.
Almost Christmas! We found it, everyone! Are you sure?
Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice.
Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how this helped us at all. I know exactly how it helped us, Phoenix. It's the one thing I knew about this game going in. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. But there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. The most important clue.
Real booming loud, but I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying. When she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot.
Right. I'm going to save here, just in case. Because we have a few things, like when the picture was taken, right? 12:15 a.m. But this shows an empty lake at 11:50 p.m. So this was when this one was taken, not that one. So there's another gunshot? I don't really know how that helps us. Honestly, take them if it means you never have to listen to intermediate Dutch ever again. What do we use to point this out? Just after midnight on the 12th of the 20th. Yeah, two sounds like gunshots just after midnight on the 12th of the 25th. I did just save, right? Cool. Good. This should help. Boom. Larry, you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct?
Huh? What's with that face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easily.
Yes, of course you don't.
Is something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas when he heard the gunshot.
Indeed. And?
Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. There we go. We have found the line. I don't know why this line has become a thing. He said the thing. It wasn't Christmas. I mean, I know why this has become a thing amongst people who work in retail, but fireworks. He said it. Cake for everyone. Woo! Play Eggy Leggy. I was expecting a musical sting to happen when he said that, but anyway. Do you realize what this means? Every Christmas Eve ever. When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve.
That would seem to be the case, yes.
But that contradicts the two testimonies we've heard so far, Your Honor. Both Ms. Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the shots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Why are we trying to do this? I don't want to discredit our own witness.
Order, order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight.
Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim that he heard the gunshot after midnight? Sorry, before midnight.
He's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard the gunshot before midnight.
Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim?
Yes.
Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight.
Boom, fired 3 times. This is my evidence.
The murder weapon?
Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That the 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight, thereby making it the 1st, which contradicts my numbering system. Oh yeah, I forget the bear was actually the murderer, yeah.
Order, order. I guess that would make sense out of yesterday's testimony.
Bah, you waste your time again with your empty statements. Yes, the pistol was fired 3 times. But do you have any proof that it was fired before midnight? Do you have proof that the witness didn't just think he heard something?
Yes.
Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Do you have evidence that proves there was a gunshot before midnight? Do you have evidence that proves Mr. Butts wasn't just hearing things?
Yes. Not the overhead map. I have second leg photo taken automatically 12/24, 24th of December in American parlance, at 11:50 p.m. before Christmas. Look at this. Look at this photograph. This keeps happening. Hope you know you're actually a wonderful voice actor. I'm available for all cheesy horror games and silly court dramas. Look at this graph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Ms. Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m.
Oh yeah? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture.
Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all.
What do you mean?
Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. Would you like me to explain what that is? That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises.
Uh-huh.
Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, it wasn't Christmas. No, that's a different thing. There was a gunshot at the time that Larry claims. Have you heard the dub for the anime? You do great. There's an anime of this? I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Order, order, order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake.
I mean, yes.
Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another 15 minutes after at midnight. Why? I ask you, why?
Well, better think of something quick. Frame Edgeworth. The body was killed, and then the person who fell off went diving.
Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ah! What's wrong, Nick?
I have it! I have it! On day 2. I definitely have it.
Huh?
Remember the case with the Steel Samurai?
Huh? Yeah, of course I remember.
I don't know why you bits of it you weren't there for, but I filled you in, it's fine. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case.
What do you mean?
Maya.
Yeah?
If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm gonna run with it.
Right. I mean, is this safe?
Safe? We've already gotten the guilty verdict, we have nothing to lose. Yeah, what do you have Nick share with the class? The anime is just the cases, but cinematic. Ooh, I know there was a live action thing. Connected the dots, yeah. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay?
Right, Nick.
Boom. Your Honor. Sorry, this is a slight issue with this. I'm glad they had the wide shot of this courtroom, because frankly, the number of times the camera crosses the 180-degree rule is messing with my head. I'm not usually a stickler for those kinds of rules in things, but okay, we're looking that way at Maya, who's there, but the judge is over there, the witness is now in front of them, and it's cameras.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. Bang, 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 bang.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright?
So you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself.
Yum, 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 yum. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Sorry, I should have read ahead. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth. Yes, we know.
No. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. That was shown by the witness photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat.
I mean, we don't know that. We know 2 people were on the boat, and one of them was probably Edgeworth. We don't know Robert Hammond was.
There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat.
I admit it's hard to imagine any other possibility.
For you can't imagine a digital camera. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 0015, which I have been reliably informed means 15 minutes past midnight. I do not know myself.
But Larry heard a gunshot at 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only worry that Edgeworth could be innocent. And now mentioning all of the blue text is him talking through his gritted teeth. Man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Wait, no. I said it wrong.
00.15. What do these runes mean?
Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the 2 men on the boat are.
The murderer and Edgeworth. Yes. Say. Edgeworth and the murderer. Boom. Yeah, just trying to frame it. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. Bang, bang, bang.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, you don't say that in court, Phoenix. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place.
I'm not sure what to make of all this.
You're ludicrous.
Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then.
The murderer's name? Right. It's... dunno. Dunno. We don't know. I'm fairly certain there wasn't a lot of heart. I mean, it might be a lot of heart. I don't know. Seems unlikely. But I think we don't know. Has anyone checked the lake for bodies? Presumably, that's where they found the body, right? Dunno. Spelt D-A-N-N-A. D-U-N-N-A. That's like Y-A-N-N-O. Yeah, no. That's a reference to Remnant. Yeah, I'm gonna save, but I'm pretty sure the answer is I don't know. Which is not gonna help my testimony. But saying Miles Edgeworth is gonna completely ruin our testimony, and a lot of heart we have no evidence for, so... Yeah, I feel we'd have seen the hair, exactly. The photograph would have had more substantial hair. Then again, they were disguised, so they could have, you know, put a wig on. You know, sort of a cap that stretched down the hair and then put a wig on top of it. Not impossible. I don't know how tall Lotta is. Feel like that would have been... It would have been difficult for Lotta to just disguise herself as the thing. So I guess I'm going to say I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name.
You don't know?
Bah, again, you have wasted my time.
Boom. I don't know because he never told us. Oh, talking about the old guy. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. I'm not certain this is correct, but we'll carry on. I mean, he knows about the DL6 incident. So I guess there's a connection. Maybe. Might be, I don't know. Maybe this was the guy in the lift? Well, we thought it was the guy in the lift anyway. Why is that the conclusion? Because he's got nothing else to go on. There are only 3 people involved in this whole thing and he had to pick someone. At 11:30, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. She for sure is sus, yeah.
The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then.
Why would he have to go all the way out onto the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat?
What? Well then, where did the murder take place?
Show the judge where the murder really took place. In the shack, I guess. Nice and hidden. Did we find a bullet hole? I don't know if we found a bullet hole. Wouldn't have been there, but people... Well, there wouldn't have been people there, but Larry would have seen it. In the shack, I suppose. Can't say, but... That's my guess. Seems reasonable. It's a nice hidden place to do it. The murderer's name is Bear Theodore Sloan Crossroad Art. I appreciate the 2 capital letters in Crossroad as a name. That's fun. Yeah, I'm sure. He has a shack. Why would we do it in the open? Take that! Boom. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way you could meet with the victim without anyone seeing.
Objection. To have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime.
Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. Larry's good with the boat. Just going off what Phoenix told us, there's no reason why it wouldn't be the shack. That night, he was out on the lake in search of a boat. In a boat, sorry. He's searching for something, probably a boat. Whoop. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat?
The boat shop.
Does make sense. It's smarter than me. I didn't think that.
Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning.
Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning and I take it slow, might just be able to figure this out. Is this our testimony? Are we going to get cross-examined by Karma? That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. But there's a picture of it, so it happened. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake.
Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright?
The boat shop caretaker, I guess. Why would Edgeworth fire a gun? I'm gonna save that. Von Karma doesn't believe in cross-examination, so he shouldn't be allowed to. Look, he's desperate. He's not been at a case like this before. Frankly, I'm amazed he hasn't tried to leap over the bar and attack us. He missed. He fired and he missed. I'm gonna say the boat shop caretaker. Boom! See, like that. See, look, we've got pictures and everything. Must be true. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose.
Wait a minute.
Yes?
Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone?
Details.
Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice.
The first shot missed to create a witness. Yeah, create a witness. There was somebody on the shore. They were in their car. They weren't looking. Shoot once. Boom. What was that? Ah, get out of the car. Aha! It's the thing. Have the see. Makes sense, right? Really, I'm amazed Von Karma hasn't just choked us out of the middle of court. There's still time. Every time Von Karma clutches his arm sleeve, imagine he's physically restraining himself from doing a murder in court. Yeah, because the first shot missed. They were supposed to miss. That's a stupid answer. To create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor.
Create a witness?
The murderer lifts his pistol, fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Ms. Hart did exactly this after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and fires again. Then, smoosh, jumps out of the boat and swims back. The murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him, hoping Edgeworth would pick it up.
I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, on a foggy day, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other.
The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw the attention to the boat. Once you realise that, everything else falls into place, hopefully. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop, then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and then threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Oh, I'm so pleased with myself. Nothing could possibly go wrong from here. Boom.
Sorry, force of habit. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly.
You know, everything's fine, but the entire court is silent.
Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions.
Reasonable.
Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said?
Yes?
Well, why did you go out to the lake that night?
What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. Or midnight Christmas morning, depending on your perspective. He said he had something very important to discuss with me.
Something important?
I'm sorry, I can't say what it was.
Your Honor, sir.
Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet.
The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either.
What?
Bloody police force in this country is terrible. Well, what should I do?
Find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away.
Bring the parrot in. No one in this game does anything.
Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared.
A search warrant has already been issued.
It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood?
Oh, I like it when he actually is a judge. Take that, karma.
One more thing.
Just one more thing.
Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned.
Your Honor, aren't you the one that's supposed to sign the warrant? December 27th, 1:22 p.m. That went better than I thought. District Court, defendant lobby number 2. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. Just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Oh, you look pensive. Boop. I don't know why I keep saying this is a skull. Teeth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably gonna get off the hook. You could try and smile just a little. Relax. Give him a kiss, make it better.
Well, Phoenix, have you tried taking on a more normal case every once in a while? That might also give you more than one case every 4 months.
I think because we take weird cases, nobody wants to go with us. Maybe, I don't know. You're still not in the mood for Maya rooms. Edgy. Bless.
I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet.
What do you mean?
Right? There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. I don't know whether or not to tell you.
Edgeworth?
No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you, get off my chest, but... can't make up my mind.
What is this about, Edgeworth?
It's a nightmare I've had. Memory of a crime that I committed.
A crime you committed?
A memory of a murder.
To be continued. You're a child, you witnessed a murder, you have a lot of guilt about it. You made it up in your head. Just making a guess, I don't know, I'm not a therapist. Save! This is fine. Or somebody's been messing with your sleepy timed headphone good night stories and has been putting subliminal messages in them. He can't sleep without a bedtime story. December 27th to 11 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. Sit down, take a chair, we got a heated blanket. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? Edgeworth?
Memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of a murder.
Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? Oh, sorry, I thought you were going to finish that sentence. I don't believe it, not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently, but he'd never take someone's life. Never. Nick? Ah. Yo, how's everyone doing? Hi, Larry.
What do you think of my performance today? Had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya?
Swooning? Me? Oh yeah, I do remember feeling faint.
Right on! Tell me the truth, it was like love at first sight, right?
Larry's just 17.
Right, Nick?
Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two?
Huh? I think you could do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me, yeah! Bow before your hero!
You're a strange man, Larry. Oh, dear. Well, while you're here, what's going on in the window? Cleaning day. Adjusting the screwdriver, yeah, it's probably nothing different. Always like to check. Today's trial. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today.
You did! If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Speaking of mood, Whiplash. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? From where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. I mean, there's something we don't know because he said I mostly got it right. There's something I'm missing. But what I do know is I'm gonna believe in you two until the end. Us too. Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Enough of the silent treatment. I mean, the main reason I'm not going to believe in you, Maya, for this trial is because you haven't actually said anything about the trial. Meanwhile, Larry is a witness, and Edgeworth is the one who's accused. So of the 3 people involved in this particular conversation, 2 of them actually have something to do with the case. But anyway, whatever. Edgeworth. Nick! Why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you 2 were classmates? Yeah, in grade school. They saved me, Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. Backstory. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know? What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Thanks, Larry. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm gonna hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. Hey, Christy. How you doing? Welcome to... I can't summarize what's happening. How you doing? You alright? Okay. We're gonna hear some backstory. This is new. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? The class trial. You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade? What's 3rd grade? That's like 10, something? 8 or 9 years old. Okay, right. Kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Huh, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared with $38 still inside. It's quite a lot of money for a kid. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you forgot though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So they thought you did it? Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? It's quite elaborate for 8 to 9 year olds. Expensive lunch. I'm assuming it's a long-term thing. So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. I didn't do it. Guilty, he did it. Guilty, you. Faith, give your money back. He's a Shemini. Don't play with him. You see that you did it. We can't hide the truth. Tell us. We're not going to play with you no more. Yeah, no problem. Should be at a relay race or on a library committee. Pay back my 50 cents I owed you. Hey, did you rob that bank? No, I didn't rob a bank. I'm a child. Shut up. Now, Felix, you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Felix. No, sad spiky boy. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. Tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. And that's when it happened. Objection! He shouldn't have to apologize. Can't do child
Guillotine. How do you do sort of the posh? This is the young version. This is, I don't know. I can't do a child's voice. And this. What's that voice? I don't know.
Young Edgeworth sounds like this. The only thing that belongs to the trial is evidence.
Stitch? Is that what Stitch sounds like?
Anything else has no place.
No.
Yes, I've done it now. We carry on. How long is this scene?
You should all be ashamed, amateurs.
Miles? Oh, he's got a little bow tie. He's massive. He had a massive mouth and massive hands even as a kid. Wow.
It wasn't you who stole my money, was it?
Stole the money, whatever. No.
Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. This is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent.
Puberty get edgy like a brick, apparently. A little bit. A little mean. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. That was Miles's twist.
Yeah, he did it. Ooh, no day proof. Make him say sorry.
Why don't you all just shut up? He sounds exactly the same. I'm assuming this is Larry. This is always how it is. Everybody's ganging up, picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Get a little sprinkling of Wildermyth in there. Very well. I will replace the body myself. Discuss trial is over. Is the person who actually did it involved in this murder? That would be amazing. Sure, no Larry here. Imagine the day his voice broke. People probably died of shock. Thought he was possessed. Oh, Larry. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were best of friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well... I was just lucky that I took the day off school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see? Did you do it? Something smells, it's usually the butts. Bet it was bloody Larry, but he did it. After the trial. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. Shiny eyes.
I'm going to become a defense attorney just like my father. A famous defense attorney.
Then he said they saved your life. Let him be dramatic. Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to a different school. The DL6 incident. Right. Not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later that I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up the facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. Tried to get in touch with him, don't know how many times. He never replied. And I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. Couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he'd become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? That does explain the discrepancy I had in my head of how the hell did Edgeworth get to the position he did while we've just finished law school. The answer, Phoenix just sort of on a whim one day went, oh yeah, sure, I'll do it. I want to see my friend. Isn't that illegal? No. I'm going to allow so gay. There we are. Wow, Nick, you had nothing going on in life, eh? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believed in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Yeah, I'm sure you know everything's going on, Phoenix. Whoa, Nick! So is that why you helped me out for free? Yeah. I helped you because I believed in you. Except that I don't remember saying anything I'd do it for free. Oh, Nick! Nick! We have to save Mr. Edgeworth. It's the last thing we do, okay? Right. May very well be. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. Who? What? What? Who? What? Alien? What? Werewolf? Yeah, I'll settle for who. Exactly. Book talk will go wild for they became a lawyer so they could beat their childhood friend who became a lawyer, and then they fell in love, enemies to lovers, courtroom drama, found family, etc., etc., etc. AO3 is already all over that. Oh, yeah. This is Legally Blonde, except Phoenix doesn't reach any self-actualization. Good. I want him to be a doofus for eternity, please. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Cool. Oop. Detention Center. See what's going on. Hey, Edgy. December 27th, Detention Center Visitors Room. Let us have doofuses. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Yeah, me. I can't have any secrets. Honestly. Also, it was very shortly after this that his dad died, so he probably had other things on his mind. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. It's just, again, all the secrets. Never tell Maya anything, alright? Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, does sound like the kind of thing you do. Because you're ridiculous. Haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple. To a fault, even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Chat. Why prosecute? Hey, Edgeworth. Why did you become a prosecutor anyway? I know they only really, when you make a game like this, the first one of its kind, you don't really expect to get sequels or anything like that. But boy, this really feels like, season 4 of the show. If you know what I mean. I guess it's case 4. But we're still in the first game and we're already sort of, digging into the motivations and backstories of our, rival. Anyway, speaking of Legally Blonde, you just remembered that a friend of yours did some Ace Attorney-style Legally Blonde pixel art months ago, and it's so good! Oh yeah, I guess I better put Ace Attorney onto my October list. Oh, look at that! It's neat. Sorry. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you want to become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said, the death... Come on, Phoenix, please. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend the criminals. I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. Had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. Okay, so it was the defense attorney for the person who was accused of the thing. And he might, I still don't think he did it, but whatever. There was a bullet hole in the glass going into the lift. Reminds you of an animatic voice attorney you've seen with music from the Legally Blonde musical. Ah. Yami Yugi, Yami Yogi. What's the joke there? Is there a joke there? Isn't he in the Shadow Realm with his boyfriend Kaiba?
On that day, 15 years ago, 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder.
Lost your memory?
Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court.
He looks like a monster, like here's the teeth and there's a couple of eyes and big ears. Anyway.
He claimed Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent.
That's the noodle shop guy? Probably. He's annoyed about... Why would he kill his own defense attorney that got him off? I don't know. Some questions to answer here.
That's when I changed my mind. Started to hate defense attorneys.
Prosecutor Von Karma. What's your relationship with Von Karma? Purely sexual?
He's my teacher, and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him.
So he's like my sister was to you, Nick.
He is a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, in the bedroom, he is obsessed with doing everything perfectly.
Perfectly, huh?
In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever.
But that's...
I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty, perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away.
What about the perfectionism? Is that not a weakness? We could exploit that. Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right! Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that what air restriction does? I think it would involve more unconsciousness. Yeah, you do a bunch of stuff, and then you just forget about it. You've been conscious the whole time, you just forget. Bunch of innocent people who are put to death or imprisoned, and you've done this too, Edgeworth. Yeah, problematic characters. Look, if there's one thing I know about Oobs, is they do love a good, sweet boy who may or may not have killed many people. Lack of air famously makes you do erratic things. Exactly. Yeah, consider he's a little meow meow. Exactly. We all know. There you go.
It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I admit.
No kidding. Anything interesting to talk about? We don't have... We didn't get rid of much, did we? I don't want to show you a photograph of your dead dad. I'm going to leave that. Maybe you can talk a little bit more about the incident.
It was that case that changed my life. Tomorrow, on December the 28th, its statute of limitations runs out.
That was it, yes. The statute of limitations runs out, so we want to try and solve this as well. I think that's the idea. Edgeworth is honestly the most tame of your boys. Like Edgeworth too, he's a little kitten, pointing out his crimes. And like kittens, a lot of birds get eaten. So yeah, this will be unable to be prosecuted as of tomorrow, or the day after, I guess. So the timing of this is suspicious. Tomorrow, could that be a coincidence? No. In this game, never. Need to remind the court. Oobs also went through the journey of disliking and adopting Edgeworth. I told them they'd love him. Like a puppy yells at us when we leave. Still a little baby. No. Yeah, that makes sense. He's not a cannibal. That we know of. But even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Enjoy parrots? Sorry, I'm not sure I can help you with that. This thing. Yeah. Good Lake. Anything you know about this? We've already talked about that. Don't think there's anything else there. I don't want to show you that. Well, I do, because, like... no one's bothered to think about this. At all. Hannibal's not your son, he's the worst. He's like your annoying uncle that you hate, but that's oddly funny sometimes. Needs to be a certain amount of bumbling emotional idiocy to be your son, because genetics. I know this isn't going to make a difference, but I'm going to save just in case I upset Edgeworth. I know that's probably not a thing in this game. Nick, no! That's a photo of his father, don't show him that! Yeah, you're right. Now probably isn't a good time to dredge up those memories. Can we cover that bit up? What is it? Nothing. It's fine, don't worry about it. Okay, cool. Maya has the soundness of mind for once. Oh, hang on, before we go. Hey Theo, how you doing? Guard monitors the visitor's room, hasn't moved an inch since I came in. Real pro. Oh, of course, tediously, we must once again, with all the enthusiasm of a tired undertaker, smile for the camera. Anyway. Let's go see how Gumshoe's doing. Have you found that guy yet? Bumbling emotional literacy is a great sentence. It is, man. Yeah. Smile for the camera. December 27th. Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet.
Gumshoe? Oh, he won't be coming back today.
Oh, really?
Oh, he said there's some guy out to arrest by tomorrow.
Ah, the boat shop caretaker.
He said something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal.
Yeah, good luck, Gumshoe. Nice. I'm not staying here then. To the entrance.
Theo, look, we have a puppy and meow meow, just like you.
December 27th, the entrance. Ah! Hey, pal! Long time no see. Oh, Detective Gumshoe! Close one today, huh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now, I'm off to catch me a criminal. Bye. Want a hug? No. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Was he also in school with us? Oh, one other thing. He said the thing. He did it. I'm more excited about that than almost Christmas. Just one more thing. There, you heard it. Design an Ace Attorney case for your characters. Oh, don't throw that idea out there. Oh, you throw it at Bear. Just keep it away from me. Eat. No one can go into the woods today. They're sure of a big surprise. The woods? Where Lotta was camping. The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while. Yeah, I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing her tomorrow. Be seeing you. There's a reference to Patrick McGowan there. He was also in Columbo a lot. M could be the judge, though. Yeah. Mal being an unreliable witness. They're all unreliable witnesses. I don't know. We'll work it out. Rufus is Phoenix. Stoic is Edgeworth. Yeah, there we go. Rufus is Gumshoe. Alright. That makes sense. Okay, cool. So we can't go to the woods. That's fine. All right with that. To the beach. December 27th, Gourd Lake Public Beach. Huh? Steel eyesaws missing. Eyesore? Yeah, looks like the hot dog stand's closed too. Yeah, I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Or he's broken up with his girlfriend, one or the other. Anything else to check? Feel like I probably should. Trash can with no trash. Place is well maintained. We're going to talk about the shape of this lake. It sure likes to cause problems, doesn't it? Huh? I mean, everything that happened here turned out to be a lie. Gordy was a lie, and the charges against Mr. Edgeworth were all lies? I guess you're right. I mean, I'm glad the charges were all lies, but still. Reasonable? Tiny sign. Jana's gumshoe. So now I'm overlapping this with October Noir. With October as gumshoe. Yeah, well, it's fine. And Flynn as missile. I didn't see the signpost. We already know that. The word art samurai dog sign again. That's nah, that's not word art. That's simpler than word art. Word art had gradients, I'll have you know. Word art had, you know, metal effect font. I guess Larry has today off. He was pretty happy about saving Mr. Edgeworth. Can I just point out, we're like, oh, I guess Larry's not here. I'm guessing he's having the day off. He was just in our office. We were just talking to him. We left him there. Which of your characters would be Mia, who has the brain cell? Griff? You did back to IT class at school, messing with word art. Word art's great. I mean, it's not. It's objectively bad, but it's great. Oh, God, no. No. Yeah, Griff has to be the prosecutor, right? Griff has to be, like, Von Karma. Griff as Mia would be insufferable. True, we owe him big. Get him a new hot dog thing. Griff secretly has the biggest bahongas. You'll never know. You're not allowed to touch. No one's going to sit here on a cold day like today. Well, unless they were eating a samurai dog. How would that change the temperature? I wonder. You seem troubled, Nick. No. Who, me? Okay, well, scene of the crime, possibly. It was in a picture, so it's true. Luna has the brain cell. I don't want Luna to die. I want Luna to be a tied cop.
Chris, with all the love, you couldn't pay me enough to touch Griff.
That's fair. I could also not pay him enough to do that, so it's fine. Mutual, reciprocal disdain. December 27th, boat rental shop. That old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Huh. I'd know that clearing of the fur anywhere. Well, I wouldn't, so show me who it is. Oh, hello.
Yes, hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk? Days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see.
Mr. Grossberg? This is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow.
Oh, that is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth will be fine, right?
Well, not so sure about that.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I'm not sure.
Well, if you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Yes.
Thanks, but bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberger's doing here anyway? Who knows? Interesting. You could pay me enough to throw paint onto Griff's chest. Is that going to be your next pinup? There's a forest here beyond those bushes. Nick! The forest! There's someone in there! What? You're right. There's a few policemen in there. They must be looking for the caretaker. Yeah, good luck. What's the price? A bucket of paint. Luna is the middle manager of the brain cell. The boat rental shop doesn't look like anyone's around. The caretaker must have run for the hills, huh? Yeah, it looks like it. He didn't seem like a bad person. Still think that well, there's definitely something we don't know. But there are some boats floating at the dock. The murder took place in a boat from this dock. Did it? I thought we said the murder took place in this building. Apparently, the police took away the actual boat that was used that night. Oh, okay. This is the piece of dialogue from yesterday when we thought there was a murder in a boat. Indeed, there's space for one more boat at the dock. Okay, let's hop on in. There are a couple of things here that were interesting, in particular the fish. Are we going to bring you in as testimony? To incriminate this guy? We're going to have to work out your trigger words. Is that what this puzzle is going to be? I think so. I think that's what it's going to go on. Because I've been so accurate up until this point at predicting what's going to happen in this game. Caretaker's shack. Nobody's home. Rollo! Ah! Hey, it's Polly! I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Rollo! Ah! I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Rollo! Ah! I'm going to regret making the squawker scream. I have a feeling it's going to come up a lot. Well, let's have a look around, shall we? Oh, we can open the box. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. Ah. What regrets could you possibly have? Let's open it, Nick, come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Aw. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. I'm not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. Poison gas escapes the room. I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Aw, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. Handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? This is pretty important evidence. Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? Maya, are you paying attention? You possibly paying any attention to what's happening in the last 2.5 days of courtroom drama? How shall I know? Okay, Phoenix hasn't either. I'm going to read the whole thing. Polly, you're in the cupboard. Ah. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says, this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the 2 men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. 2 men, he was a child. Yeah, but what's he done since? He has put a lot of other people on trial. Was there a criminal case involving... There was a subsequent case where Grossberg, like, hushed up, like, some sort of investigation or incrimination into the police regarding the use of the psychic, if I remember correctly. Was Miles the prosecutor on that? That would be a conflict of interest. Anyway, we'll find out. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here, in perfect detail. Bloody hell, I would have liked this yesterday. Old man was beefing with a 9-year-old. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? It's that incredibly neat handwriting, that makes me suspicious. But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Letter from the safe added to the court record. Anything else in there? Nothing left in the safe. I wonder why the caretaker didn't take the letter with him. He left in a hurry, right? I don't think he even came back here after the trial. Why would he? That's a very stupid idea. Ah! Steel Samurai? Pink Princess? What's going on? Whoa, what's wrong? Huh? Oh, never mind. What? Tell me. Just
When I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this week. See? That's why I didn't want to tell you.
I know how you feel, Maya. There might be an episode of Inside Number 9 airing right now. It's got our fingerprints all over it. No one's cared about that before, so... That fishing pole looks expensive.
Maybe we should bring it to Detective Gumshoe.
Don't you think the caretaker would mind? He's under suspicion for murder.
Well, we can just leave him the metal detector in exchange.
Maybe we better not. We just take it for evidence.
Say, Nick, don't people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them?
Yeah, I guess so. You mean pictures of the fish they caught, right?
Right. But don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny to you?
Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away.
Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker, and we did see him.
Why do I feel like we're having two different conversations? Because that's basically every conversation you have with Maya. You're way too down for just stealing. So I'm on board with that. I like that kind of chaos. Impetus. Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn this heater on. But his jelly donuts are gone all weird. Guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. Right. You.
Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick.
You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something.
Well, okay.
No, not the jelly donuts.
Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you.
Great, now the bird's gonna hate me. Right, well, incredibly important piece of evidence, I think.
Doesn't look like he used the kitchen much.
You're right.
I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie.
What, you thought he was telling the truth? I mean, I thought he was deluded, but... Is delusion a falsehood? I mean, or what's the opposite of truth? Well, the truth, yeah, the opposite of truth is a lie. So what's the opposite of, no, sorry, the opposite of truth is falsehood, but what's the opposite of a lie? It's not truth, because a lie and a falsehood are two different things. Anyway, are we done? Well, I mean, I'm gonna show Edgeworth this whole plan. I want to see his reaction. Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. Boat rental caretaker. What is it about that sequence of words that just escapes my mouth incorrectly? Fact? No. Because you can say something, the opposite of a lie is to say something that you believe, right? That you are certain of, in a sense. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a fact. A lot of people can be very convinced about something that's completely incorrect. Which is why I was making this distinction between truth and falsehood. Ah, damn. This came out of the safe in the shack where the boat rental caretaker lives.
I see. Revenge? On me?
Who is that old guy anyway?
I don't know.
Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something?
Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man, not at all.
So he was following this letter then?
Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond.
It also says this is your last chance.
Last chance? Wait, maybe. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident.
Wait, that old man.
What is it? Do you know who he is?
Yogi. Could he be Yogi?
Yogi?
The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent.
Chat more. Yogi Bear! No, the opposite of falsehood. This is the thing. The English language is not particularly equipped for this. It's like how we were talking about the opposite of innocent is technically nocent. And there was also a guilty one. I think it was unguilty. There was guilty and unguilty, and innocent and nocent, and they're technically two different things, two different pairs of things. Look out for your picnic basket. That was a terrible accent.
Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. And then there was an earthquake.
So look, it looks like a monster, and it's attacking us now.
The quake was incredibly strong.
The opposite of a falsehood is a hood.
Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled.
Help! I can't breathe!
Quiet, I said quiet, not making this any easier.
I want to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout, you just use up more oxygen.
I don't think he was talking. For some reason, whenever you see the not guilty on screen, you think hot milky. That's what baby Edgeworth said when he wanted to be a defense attorney.
That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. The ceiling looked a lot like the courthouse. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity.
Yeah, Oops was right, it happens.
In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent.
Ain't Yogi that bear? I mean, Yogi Bear was named after a baseball player called Yogi Berra, which is a fact that I think has outlasted Yogi Berra.
Huh. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you?
Yes, Edgeworth?
Right.
Yeah?
There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you.
You mean the nightmare?
It's a nightmare I had. Memory of a crime that I committed.
Crime you committed?
Memory of a murder. I think the time has come to tell all.
The nightmare!
For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time.
What kind of dream?
It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark.
I can't breathe! Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout, you're just to use up my oxygen. Going a bit Kermit.
Need to run for an errand. Enjoy. You should see a therapist about that, Miles, yes.
I can't breathe, they're using up my air. Hey, what? Stop breathing my air, I'll stop you. Hey, what? Where are you? Stop breathing my air.
No, father. He's attacking father.
Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in the court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol.
There.
Get away. Get away from my father.
Bang.
Whoa!
Also been practicing how to do a hand whistle, so your neighbours are getting treated with a dying pigeon sound every 10 seconds or so. I've never been able to do the hand whistle thing. I could whistle normally. That sort of thing, but can't. No.
Bedgeworth is Kermit, confirmed?
Maybe.
And with that scream, I wake. The bone-chilling scream. Scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years.
Love it when she just holds this face. Good time. Brother's really good at it. It's infuriating. My brother can do it as well.
But that's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut memories in self-defense, shut out memories. Maybe it was I who killed my father.
You threw a gun. Guns don't shoot randomly when you throw them and whatever.
What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me.
Wait, Edgeworth, you mean?
It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father.
This is bad.
What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do?
Miles, you were a baby. You sounded like Stitch. Dunno. Don't think there is anything we can do, like it or not.
We can prove that that's not the case.
If there was someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe.
Huh? There is, Nick. There is someone else who knows about DL6.
There is. To Grossberg. Sounds like survival guild, bestie, yeah. December 27th, Grossberg Law Officers. You should get that painting right. Mr. Grossberg!
Hello there! What's wrong? You look troubled.
Oh yes. We both reached for the gun. The gun, both reached for the gun. And then I don't know what that is. I heard it as like, oh yes. We both reached for the gun. Whatever it is. Hey Grossberg, still haven't replaced that picture. Can't afford another painting. Sell your gold-plated lighter.
No kidding! I can't believe you're not!
Yeah, just calm down and tell me what's happened.
It's Mr. Edgeworth. He...
Voice acting. Didn't expect you to know it, Chris, don't worry. Good. I'm glad I have a reputation for knowing nothing about songs. I assume it's a song.
I see. So, Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father.
It's only a dream. Only a dream.
Isn't that a song?
No, I don't know.
I wonder.
What?
If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled,
Well...
Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep, he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real. As you imagined.
Look at him, with a little bow tie. That's a bit reprehensible. It's so defensible. Chicago? Is that a thing? Me and my girlfriend went to America. We went on a plane. Chicago? No, first class. That's not how guns work. I know, right? Oh, I shot him by flinging a gun. Frankly, if it would have shot anything, it probably wouldn't have hit anyone in the room. He ran into my knife. 10 times. What? Chicago. Nice.
Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired when the deed was done.
No! I don't believe it.
Yogi was suspected of the murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close.
Gonna post study material for me in Discord. Cell block tango. I know cell block tango. I've heard that before. Lip shits. That's the only thing that's come to my mind. Anyway, let's chat. Edgeworth. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He had it coming, that's the one.
He was a defense attorney without peer.
So I'm getting very distracted during this stream. Every sentence I look over and say something else.
It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, you may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey.
My sister?
Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques.
That's no surprise.
Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result, he had a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods.
And?
He lost. And died in despair, as it were.
I see.
That really neat handwriting is starting to come back into my brain. Spirit medium.
When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Mystery Fay.
My beard needs a trim, so the fact that I'm sort of wrapping up my lips to make this voice and my moustache is like agitating the bottom of my mouth feels appropriate for this character.
I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yeti Yogi.
People seem to want him to be Kermit, so he's Kermit.
Yes, Yogi was found innocent.
That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud.
That's right. Everyone thought she was, everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, seems that the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him.
I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son?
It's only a possibility, mind you. But a possibility nonetheless.
People posting good musical stuff. I assume good. I don't know. Needle stash, new style. It occasionally gets long enough for me to be able to sort of twiddle it up. Why is everyone so certain this is the truth? I don't know. Why is Phoenix ever certain of anything? He's a fool. Is there anything I can present? This is probably interesting.
Oh, so this is the letter. Does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond.
But why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own.
Huh? His own sake? Sorry, Saki?
He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability.
But he got his clients found innocent, so why should it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined.
Huh?
You'll, understand soon enough. Wait.
What is it?
This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. Long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this?
Manfred von Karma. Save. Could it be Manfred von Karma?
Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this?
Well, not sure.
Von Karma. Wait! You're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. Yeah, I used to see it all the time on court reports.
What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was...
Correct. Manfred von Karma himself.
What does that mean, then? Why would von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? Well, that bad. Why is everyone so certain this is the truth based on a dream? Why were we taking the dream words over our ghosts? When you put it like that, this game is nuts. Karma is a bitch, as they say.
If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father, which we now know to be the truth, for certain. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty.
Oh, no.
But how could Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare. That I do not know. Yet I do know that von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son.
What do you mean?
15 years ago, von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court. Von Karma did win, but he didn't make it through the trial unscarred.
Gregory versus Manfred. We have Edgeworth versus McCarmer. We don't know Edgeworth accidentally killed his father. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe. Greg versus Man. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and von Karma?
Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted, he won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood.
Faulty evidence?
That was the only penalty von Karma had ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth still to blow his perfect trial record.
Wow.
Must have been quite a shock for von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
Vacation?
Yes, unusual event for that man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in many years of prosecuting.
Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or to the mountains. Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. Who would go on a vacation in Europe? What a stupid idea. By the way, in 2 weeks' time, there won't be any streams because I'm going to be in Europe.
No, in any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot.
Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma's going to bring up DL6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him.
Yes, Mr. Wright. Hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know.
Well, it's manslaughter, isn't it? I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. Can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. So many, oh my God, we're bloody pole vaulting with this many leaps of logic. I don't care. I know he's not guilty. I'm a protagonist. He was a child and also threw the gun. Exactly, right? Geographically already in Europe. True. But I still, and geographically where I'm going is in Europe. I never said I'm heading into Europe. So, haha. But yes, I know I am in Europe. We're basing this all on a nightmare.
Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest.
Don't get shot on the way, all right? Mr. Grosswork, thank you.
I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim, but I'm saying it in the game, so it's probably true.
I understand. The police materials, huh? Sounds great, let's go there. I don't know how to get there from here. 1 day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste, let's get going. To the Criminal Affairs Department. We're pole vaulting before, but now we started bungee jumping without a rope. Conclusions are insane. I'm sure it only gets better as the games go on. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. Oh, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe'll be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's pounding the pavement for real. What? We were wondering if we could check out the records room again. Well, now, I can't have just anyone wandering in there. I guess Mr. Von Karma's in there now anyway. What? You can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yes, he just arrived, actually. Von Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry! You gonna find him burning evidence? That's open. December 27th, the Police Department Records Room. Dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma. There, don't move. What kind of power do the prosecutors have in this precinct? Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking at it recently. The label says unsolved cases, evidence. Unsolved cases. Nick! The file for DL6, it's completely empty. But, what?
What are you doing in here?
Hi. You look different from the front. Von Karma!
You. How do you know my name?
What? What? Huh?
Have we met?
Oh, you are different. You're a different person. Maybe? What? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team.
Defense team? I beg your pardon, you see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They are like bugs to me. Needless things to be crushed.
You can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. I'm watching you. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right?
Romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second-rate.
Mr. Von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. with Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you?
Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney. Why?
Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record. So you did. But what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards?
That wasn't necessary of you, but you have my thanks.
Yeah, that wasn't necessary of you to do, but thank you, because then we met and had a romance, and it was great. You're pleased this guy is somehow worse than prior. Twitch is working today. Hello. It's old Brian. Von Karma, you're insufferable. The son of your bitter rival.
That, my dear attorney, is none of your business.
Tomorrow's trial.
Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It has been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt.
His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean?
You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow.
Hey Von Karma, hey, remember how you said this trial would take 3 minutes? That was real embarrassing.
It was rather, yeah. That's on record, by the way. From a head-on perspective, you really can't see how oversized his shirt is. We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. Information, eh? Information. I don't want to show him the bloody thing. He's going to burn it. So I'm going to save it, then show it to him. Have you ever heard the Discworld audiobooks? You're sounding like Mr. Slant, who is incidentally a lawyer. I think I've heard of Mr. Slant. I've seen some of the TV adaptations. Want to say maybe he was played by Steve Pemberton.
Hey Von Karma, I'm getting my gay little defense paws on your sort of kind of son.
Well, let's try this. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder.
Yanni Yogi? How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it.
So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter?
Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You've saved me from a lot of needless hassle.
But what? Nick, what is that thing? A stun gun. For self-defense, usually.
Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence.
600,000?
Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it usually. Now, give me the letter.
No! No! Well,
What are you?
Nick, run! Ah, she's been electrocuted. And this is just the training she needs to get in contact with Mia. Let's go! Maya!
Out of my way.
Ah! No. ... Thought that was a bad time. Oh, they got us. The letter's gone, of course. We took the DL6 evidence, all of it. Back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, she okay? Maya's a civilian, correct? Maya! And she died. Game over. Maya, open your eyes! Maya! Yeah. Wait. Letter! Did he take it? Huh? Oh, yeah. You okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. Bold to do that in the bloody police department. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now, when we needed her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. No, don't be silly. Maya! There has to be some way I can help her. Better do something about her self-confidence first. Wait, no, do something about her consciousness first. She's gone to find Yemel. Maya, she's holding something. What is that? A bullet? DL6 incident, evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. Or is it the same gun? I remember Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. Still bears clear ballistics markings. Bear, you did it again. She's still 17, that makes it worse, right? Thought she was 19. I think she's 17 in this, I think. Bear, what did you do? I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. To be continued. Tomorrow, and by tomorrow I mean next Tuesday. Ski ba doo bam bee bum bow. Final day trial. Also, this was all day 3. That was definitely day 2. Can you hire 17-year-olds at law firms? I don't think she's hired. I think she's just there. Maybe like works experience, something like that. Should have killed Von Karma Bear, not Gredgeworth. Bear, Theodore, Sloan Shepherd, Unbreakable, 2 Crossroad Art. How dare you? Craftiest murderer. But yeah, that will be a good time to stop, I think. Final day. We'll probably, presumably, knock out the rest of this in the next couple of days. We'll only have 2 streams until I go on holiday anyway, so that kind of works out. But yeah. Also think she's our babysitter. Work experience is free labor, exactly. Now you're starting to understand. With the amount of cases we get, we can barely afford to hire 1 person, let alone 2. Ow! For real though, where are her guardians? Her spirit guardians, you mean? Be dead. Yeah. Reasonable. Her guardians are dead. Mum's dead. Mia's dead. Her Mia is dead. But anyway, her Mia. Her Mia is MIA. But yes. Thanks for coming. I will be back stream tomorrow morning with trying to get through the May comic. Mia, Maya, May, Misty. Can Phoenix not get some smaller cases to get paid to learn to actually be right without luck? No. No. He only has the weird ones. Oh, here we go again. My. Sorry, May. Yes, we'll be back doodling May tomorrow morning, and then Saturday morning, and then Saturday evening will be Wildermyth, presumably, and then Sunday evening will be Doodles, and then Tuesday morning will be May again, and then Tuesday evening will be this. And it goes around again, and all that. Can you imagine Phoenix writing a motion? I definitely can't. Oh god, yes, porno. But yeah. I hope everyone's enjoying. I'm enjoying. We're making progress. Sounds good. Thanks for the good stream. Thank you. How does he keep the lights on? He hits the people who come around to dispossess his light switch with a newspaper. Miles pays his rent. Oh yeah, obviously he's sharing with Miles, who's very rich. We know this. But yay. Have a grand one, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna rest my voice. Everybody go watch clips from Chicago. OnlyFans. People who are really into spiky hair. Yes, have a grand one, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a lovely week to come. Yeah. Thank you for stream. Thank you. Hope it was good, and hope times are grand elsewhere. See you around. Goodbye. Bye.